There is a saying, wherever you are going, you always take yourself with you, which is mainly interpreted that you can't run away from yourself. Your worries and troubles will follow you wherever you go. Maybe there is some truth in it, but the place you live changes you, and once you make a decision to move to another country, you'll never be the same again. Living in a different society lets you look at the world through a different perspective. It opens your eyes to the awareness that there are many other ways to deal with problems. Moving to another country helps you grow as a person and makes you feel the world as a little bit of a smaller place. The way how people act around you, how they treat you, it changes your self-perception and how you treat yourself. It happened to me. I started to feel more valuable and present. Gradually, I switched from survival mode to actually enjoying life and loving myself. By leaving friends and family behind, you take a step away from the expectations and patterns that people put on you. You begin to drift away from the person you used to be and go deeper into knowing yourself and what you truly want from life. Back to the saying, I rather like to think about it in a different way. Wherever you are, wherever you go, you always have yourself. This brave little soul of yours is the one that will keep you going when everything else is falling apart. The one that will encourage you to fight your fears and move forward. Look after this brave little soul. Help it grow, be kind to it, and it will build a home inside your heart. I moved to Finland when I was 22 and it was a life-changing decision for me. But before I start this story, let me introduce. This happy face is my husband Olia. 3 years ago, in February 2020, we packed our life into 2 little suitcases and with one-way tickets flew to Finland. I would lie if I say that we weren't scared. We were terrified. I'd never been to Finland before and Olia had been there only once when he was signing his working contract, but he barely spent half a day there. Of course, we read and watched a lot about Finland, and though we didn't know what life was waiting for us there, we just felt it wouldn't be worse and everything's gonna be alright. Looking back now, it pretty much feels like we jumped on the last train, and while we are moving on this train, everything is collapsing behind. As I said, we moved in the beginning of 2020 and very soon after that, the world dived into a global pandemic. We were lucky enough to arrive in Finland just a few days before the borders were closed. Besides, right in the middle of our move, we were hit by some family problems and financial issues, which made our moving even more stressful and anxious. The issues are still following us, and that's something beyond our power to solve. Everything connected with our roots became more complicated. Even after the pandemic has eased, it was a challenge to visit my home country. I'm so happy I was able to manage it once and spend 2 weeks with my family last year. home country was invaded and the war started. I'm grateful to be in Finland, and though I still pretty much struggle with studying the Finnish language and building connections with new people, but now I know, as long as you are safe, you can deal with everything else. One man said, "Your life story may be someone's survival guide." That's why I'm sharing a bit of my life journey today. If you'd like to hear more about how we moved and settled in Finland, let me know and I'll make a video about it in the future. I don't want to share the message that moving to another country will fix everything in your life or make you happier. But the mantra that you can build the life you want in your current place doesn't always work. Because I know there are places on this earth that aren't safe. And if you are living in one of those, you are very strong. I know it takes a lot of courage and inner strength for you to go through each of your day. Just keep going and believe in yourself. I took this walk in the middle of November, enjoying the last days of autumn. Little did I know that just a few days later, this beautiful forest, trees, and even city streets, everything would be wrapped in a thick blanket of snow. And just like that, autumn was gone. This winter came very early and quite unexpectedly for me. We got the first heavy snowfall in November, and it was snowing just constantly for a few days straight. As you can see, I'm out in the forest, just having some good time, taking photos and filming. It's so wonderful here. We've got a lot of snow for the past few days and it doesn't stop falling. The forest is very quiet on such days. Huge trees in their white snow coats look like giant fairy creatures, frozen after the gentle touch of winter. The icy air makes me almost dizzy, and after a long walk in the forest, it seems you can hear snowflakes whispering quietly in the air. I love all the seasons. Each is beautiful in its own way, but winter is just something special. Despite having a bunch of challenges, such as dealing with so much snow and cold temperatures, this time of year also brings a lot of joyful and intense activities in our everyday life.
I could never settle down too far away from my hometown. With my family I am bound. I stick by them till I'm in the ground. Resting on the myth of old, stories I've been told. Secret places hidden where I go now as far as I can tell.
There is something about the cold weather that is very comforting. This December I found myself staying at home more than usual. Cozied up in a blanket with a cup of hot tea, I enjoyed spending my days quietly and watching heavy snow falls through my window. I started knitting a few days ago. I saw this beautiful yellow yarn in the shop and I immediately fall in love with this color. It's also very soft, so I decided it would be a perfect match for a warm winter scarf, which I wanna gift to my husband for Christmas. And this is what I've done in the last few evenings.